Okay, last class continuation, multi-threading. Okay, whenever the multiple threads to access the same functionality at a time. In that case, that threads are going to be a critical section. Critical section. Whenever the multiple threads to access the same functionality at a time, in that case, that threads are going to be a critical section. Next one, whenever threads are going to be a critical section, case deadlock is occurred. In that case, deadlock is occurred. Now observing very clearly, import threading. Now print welcome. Before we are going to discussing on defining one function. Let's see. Now print. So next a value. Next world. That message I want to print it. Now I'm taking as a class X. My X class is extending by threading class of threading module. In that one, run method is available. Now I am overriding that run method. Now I'm calling MHG function here. Here I'm passing the a value Python. Now class y, my y class is extending by threading.thread. Next one, def run self. After that one, MSG okay. Now I am creating X class thread. T1 equal to now T1 dot start. Next T2 equal to Y. Now T2 dot start. Okay. Hello Python world. Hello Django world message is printed. One more time I'm trying to executing. Same result. next one note, to overcome the deadlock situation, by using synchronization or thread synchronization. What is thread synchronization? The concept of divide the multiple threads to access the same functionality or logic at a time. The concept of avoid the multiple threads to access the same functionality or logic at a time is known as a thread synchronization. The concept of avoid the multiple threads to access the same functionality or logic at a time is known as a thread synchronization. Okay. We can achieve the thread synchronization by using following concepts like as a locks, semaphore, events, conditions, logs, semaphore, events, conditions. We can achieve the synchronization by using logs. First we need to create a log object. We can get the log object by calling log function of or log class of threading module. Log object equal to threading dot log. Next one, we can acquire the log on any logic by calling acquire method of log object dot acquire method. Next one, we can release the lock on any logic by calling a release method of lock object. Lock object dot release method. We can release the lock on any logic by calling release method of lock object. Next one, if any one thread to acquire the lock on any logic, if any one thread to acquire the lock on any logic, that the remaining threads are going to be a waiting state until that thread release the lock on that logic. If any one thread to acquire the lock on any logic, that the remaining threads are going to be a waiting state until that thread release the lock on that logic. Now observing very clearly. Now here I am creating a lock object threading dot lock. Okay. Next one, I want to acquire the logic. Simply lock object providing method. That method name is called acquire. Next one, I want to release the lock. Lock object dot acquire lock object dot release. Now observing. Now I'm trying to executing. Okay, same result. There is no difference. We can identify the differences observing very clearly. Same example. I am executing ideally. Okay, this is a threading module. Now this format we are getting hello, hello, Python, Django, world, world. Now same example. Now I'm trying to executing ideally. Now the difference is we can identification. Okay. Now allow Python world printed, allow Django world printed. But in VS Code there is no difference. But in real time, always we are using this type of concept, lock objects creation, and to acquire the lock and release the lock. In VS Code, there is no difference. Already we were discussing in Python, internally global interpreter lock is there. At a time, only one thread is execution. This is a general scenario I am explaining. Okay, for suppose without synchronization concept, for suppose this is a single printer, the multiple users to access this printer at a time without synchronization concept in real time, these three people at a time we can access this printer. Now we will get the output is jumbled format, like as a user one data we are getting and a user two get data and a user three data. This is a single common resource, but these common resource we are using into multiple users at a time. In that situation, we are facing some collision issue. Okay. For example, without synchronization concept, for suppose if you want to booking a movie tickets or anything, some user one open the book my show to select the same theater. Some people, another user to open the Paytm to select the same theater without synchronization concept. User one and user two to select this particular seat is possible. Okay, at the show time, the user one and user two sitting into single seat. That is a problem. To overcome that problem, we are introducing synchronization concept. Okay, which one we are sending the request to this particular seat post option, then only this seat is available for only this particular user. User two, it is not accessing. This is disabled for the user two or user three or n number of users. Whenever user one transaction fail, then only this seat is available for another persons. Up to 15 minutes or 20 some time allocating. In that 15 minutes or 20 minutes, this seat is allocated for only this particular user one. That is the concept called synchronization. Are you clear?
Yes, sir, got it, understood.
Whenever this thread to release the log, then only next thread to access this particular logic. Otherwise, this particular logic, this particular thread, this particular logic is not accessed. Whenever T2, that means this thread is released, then only another thread will be accessed.
So that's why we could able to print hello Python world and hello Django world.
Yeah, here in VS Code and Python, there is no difference. Previous program and this program. We can execute in command prompt or ideally we will get the differences. Already in the beginning class, already I am explaining in Python, we are not achieving parallelism by using multi-threading. By using multi-threading, we can achieving only concurrency concept.
True.
For suppose here I am written main thread. Print welcome. Next one, here I have written another logic. Print by statement I am written. Now I'm trying to execute in this program. Now welcome, hello world, Python, hello Django world, and bye. But same command I am executing ideally. Now we'll get the output, welcome, hello, bye, Python world, hello Django world. This type of format we are getting. To overcome that problem, simply we are using join method. t1 dot join. Okay, the join method purpose is wait until the thread terminates. Next one, t2 dot join. Wait until the thread terminates. Now observing this format we are getting. In VS Code directly we are getting same format. But in ideally, if you want to get that result, simply we are using join method. The purpose of join method is wait until the thread terminates. Right. Okay, next observing very clearly, enumerate function. The enumerate function to return all the list of all the to return list of all the thread objects currently alive. To return list of all the thread objects currently alive. Observing very clearly. Now observing very clearly, simply okay, here I am using print of threading dot enumerate. Okay, enumerate function to return a list of all the thread objects, which one currently alive. The list includes which one daemonic threads, that means dummy thread objects created by the current thread, and the main thread. It excludes which one terminated threads. It's exclude terminated threads. Now already we were discussing the previously in Python, that means object-oriented programming language supporting multi-threading. In multi-threaded programming, every program acts as a one thread. By default, the thread is called main thread. Internally, main thread having one dummy thread that is called daemon thread. Now, totally in this program, how many threads are there? Main thread related dummy thread. I am creating two threads, T1 thread and T2 thread. Now observing very clearly, here only two threads are executed displaying because T1 and a T2 threads execution is termination is over. Okay. For suppose this statement I am written here. For suppose I am written this statement here. Again, I am trying to executing. Now again, welcome hi main thread and the thread one. Previously, main thread and thread two will be displaying. Now main thread and thread one is displaying. Same commands I am trying to executing here. Don't writing any join method. Now print off threading dot enumerate okay. Now observing very clearly. Now here name threading is not defined. Now this is a main thread related, dummy thread, daemon thread, X class related thread one, and Y class related thread two. Totally 4 thread objects. Okay, this is a main thread related dummy thread, and X class related thread one, and Y class related thread two. Okay, in VS Code already, that's why Python don't supporting this type of multi-threading concept. That purely specification language related. Okay, VS Code already implementation, some inbuilt applications are already implemented, but in IDLE or Notepad, we are not getting any applications. Yeah, VS Code, and in a VS Code or any another IDE. That's why in real time, we are using this type of advantages. In real time, we are using IDE's concept. I completed enumerate. The purpose of enumerate function to return the list of all the thread objects currently alive. For suppose I want to return count. One more method is there that is called active count. Active count. To return the number of thread objects currently alive. Number of thread objects currently alive. To return the number of thread objects currently alive. Active count. Okay, to reduce the execution time, I am discussing about execution speed, program execution time. Okay, observing very clearly without threading concept. Import time. Okay, now observing very clearly, starting time, time dot counter. Next one, observing very clearly, I am defining one function, def msg function. Here, I time dot sleep 2 seconds. I am defining Vishesh. Okay, print hello. Now I'm taking as a time dot sleep 2 seconds. Now I'm creating a one X class thread, class X normal program for in range of 5 times. I'm calling MSG function. Okay, for j in range of 5, I am calling Vishesh function. Now I'm calculating the end time equal to time dot finally elapsed time end time minus start time. Okay, now this is a normal program. (20.31 seconds). Now I am taking as a class X threading dot thread. Now I am defining one cell class Y threading dot thread self. Now I am creating T1 equal to X class T1 dot start, T2 equal to Y T2 dot start. Okay, because this is a which one threading concept, our main thread logic is executed. Now I want to executing this statement after executing these threads. In that situation, T1 dot join T2 dot Okay, already we will discuss in the join method purpose. Wait until the thread terminates. Okay, we are not return this join method. Okay, at the same time, at the time of executing T1 thread or T2 thread, our main thread remaining logics are also executed. But my requirement, this statement I want to executing after executing T1 thread and T2 thread. That's why I'm using join method. Without join method, previously we will get the first one, the statement is executed.
Correct.
Okay, next one, why we are using threading and processing, we can utilize your CPU and memory in the correct manner. Okay, this is a internal processes, how to use your CPUs and how to use your memory utilization. This multi-threading and multi-processing, it purely depends upon our CPU utilization and IO bound utilizations. As a program level, it is not thinking this about, okay, but internally these are also important.
Okay, sir. So it is something like an advanced performance tuning level, right?
Yeah.
Program.
What is the previous one? Active count. Rating dot active count. Okay. The active count. Okay. To give the output as a 4. Already in the previous example, we are getting the list of thread objects. What are the list of thread objects? Main thread, dummy thread, T1 thread, and T2 thread. Okay, enumerate method to give the output as a list of all the thread object with name and ID. But active count to give only one integer value, how many thread objects currently alive. If you interest, we can write this one, or otherwise simply here we can return one message. Hi. Simply we can return one message here, print hello. Yeah, I am discussing in the end of the Python classes some logging modules. Some modules are there. I've explained. Okay, 4. 4 means main thread, dummy thread, T1 thread, and T2 thread. Okay. Next class, I will start the exception handling concept.